Hello! Howdy everybody, Sam Goodman, the Hop Nerd. Welcome back to another episode of Safety Sucks, the vlog. Doing today? I hope that you're doing absolutely awesome wherever you find yourself in this big, wild, wonky, and just crazy world. Things are exactly that for me right now. Things have been just kind of insane. We've got a lot of stuff cooking over on the podcast. Got a lot of stuff going on right here with this all new. And I guess it's not so bright and shiny new now. It's been kind of going on for a few episodes, but the vlog is happening. I hope that you're enjoying these things. And that's kind of some of what I wanted to talk about today is let me know your thoughts. Send me an email, sam@thehopnerd.com, thehopnerd@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. What do you like about the vlogs? What do you not like about the vlogs? Let me know who you want to see on the podcast. If you know of somebody that you think would be an awesome guest for the Hop Nerd podcast, if we're on LinkedIn, connect us. Send me an email with their name. Let me know how to get into contact with them. I would love to have them on the show. For quite a while, I've been kind of doing this, getting back to my roots with the podcast of just kind of me ranting and talking about stuff, which is absolutely awesome because you asked for it. That's kind of the point here. Let me know what you want to see. I have a blast with it either way. I think it's been a really, really neat experience to get back to the roots, to get back to just me and a microphone connecting with you straight through your ear holes. I think it's a lot of fun. But I want to start sprinkling in a couple guests, and we've been doing that a little bit. So let me know again who you think you'd like to see on, and we'll make that happen. We also have Safety Day 2021 coming up May 18th in the sunny and the beautiful Orlando, Florida. You can head over to acfs.org to pick up your ticket. I have shared this a bunch because you don't find this kind of value in safety very often. The event is $30. $30! Where do you find an event from big corporate safety organizations for $30? And especially, where do you find an event for $30 that has so much amazing value? There's tons and tons and tons of great speakers that are going to be there. Head over to acfs.org, look at the list, and then look at the price tag. And trust me, for $30, you can do the flight, right? That's what I think is cool about it. You don't have to spend your entire budget on the ticket. Like, you can spend $30 on a ticket and you can actually go out to eat while you're there, and you can get a flight if you need to fly in. It's a really cool event. I'm super excited. The ACFS, they're doing amazing work with Safety Day, and I just think it's going to be a phenomenal event. I'm going to be there. We can hang out. We can do all that kind of sort of stuff. We can connect. I might even bring the mobile podcast rig on the road. I'm definitely going to have this. So if you're going to be there, you might just find your way creeping into the vlog, or if you're going to be there and I have the mobile podcast rig, you might just find your way creeping into the podcast. So either way, we'll get to hang out, we'll get to fellowship, we'll get to enjoy each other's company, and we'll get to tune in and listen to some amazing folks in the world of safety. It's going to be epic, and it's going to be in the middle of the sunny and the beautiful Orlando, Florida. It doesn't get any better than that. And the manifesto. Safety Sucks. The manifesto is coming. May 18th is the release date. There's the official release date, May 18th. I've been saying mid-May for a really, really, really long time, but May 18th is kind of special because that's the same day as Safety Day 2021. So we're just going to kind of do it all at once. It'll be available on Amazon initially, and then, as you know, it creeps its way into most places that you find books. So as soon as it's available, I will let you know here. I will let you know all across our platforms. Let me know. Go on, check it out. I think you're gonna like it. And if you want a really cool way to support us here at The Hop Nerd with the podcast, with the books, with the vlogs, with all this super fun content that we're trying to push out on at least a pretty regular basis, when you get the book, if you like it, if you love it, if you just gotta have more of it, take a picture with it, share it on social media, let your friends know about it, gift them a copy, take your copy and just give it to them. That's fine too. Let me know what you think about it once you do. Send me your thoughts. Let me know your feels. Let me know your feels about the book. You know how to get a hold of me. I've said the email like 100 times already, so I guess I'll say it one more time, sam@thehopnerd.com, thehopnerd@gmail.com, or you can head over to the website and you can kind of get into contact through all of those kind of handy dandy contact boxes. I wanted to talk for just a few minutes today about some ideas around accountability and discipline and some of these kind of really heavy-duty words that we toss around, especially as it relates to safety. And we typically misuse them a lot. We say stuff like, we're going to hold someone accountable. We're going to hold our people to a higher account. We're going to make them pay for their actions. We're going to inflict disciplinary action upon them. We're going to make them more responsible. We typically administer these things after something not so great has happened, post-operational surprise. We'll jump in and say that someone needs to be held accountable for this. But if we're saying that, we're already too far gone. Accountability isn't something that you can do to somebody. It's not something that you can pour down upon your workforce. Accountability is an environment that you create. I want to go back a little bit farther, and I'll just throw out the question, because it's a question that I find really kind of gut-wrenching. It's this idea that as an organization, when something not so great happens or an employee does something that we don't necessarily like, or it violates our most sacred of rules, is it really the organization's role to inflict pain upon people for their wrongdoings? Is it really an organization's role to beat people? Is it really an organization's role to seek retribution, to seek out an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth? Is that really the role of the organization? Is that really the job of our companies? Because that's so often what we mean when we use those words interchangeably. Accountability, responsibility, culpability. What we really mean is retribution. We really mean eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. We're going to make you pay for your sins. You've sinned against the organization in some form, whether that's safety or not, or whether that's anything. We're going to hold you to account. What we really mean as the organization is we're going to seek retribution. You're going to pay for what you did. You're going to pay for your wrongdoings. We really believe, especially as it relates to safety, that we can punish our way to success. We really lean into this idea that our problems are the result of bad apples, bad people, shitty people that are doing shitty things. If it wasn't for those shitty people, these shitty things wouldn't be happening to our organization. We double down and triple down into this idea that people are the problem. If we can finally just fix people, if we can finally get rid of the bad apples, the really bad ones, we'll just extract them from the organization, send them out and make them available to the industry. And the ones that are just kind of half rotten, that we can just beat them into submission and make them finally follow the rules, make them better people, then everything will finally be well. That we can punish our way to safety excellence. That we can beat our employees to this safety utopia. We start with this idea that people weren't aware, that they weren't paying enough attention, that they didn't follow the rules or they didn't follow them hard enough, that they didn't go line by line, circling, slashing, and doing exactly as we had prescribed them to do. We start there, and when we have a negative outcome, we say, see, look, right there, see that, right there. You didn't follow the rules. Oh, see, right there. You lost your situational awareness. See, right there. You lost your situational awareness, and your coworker wasn't paying enough attention either, so they didn't catch it and correct you. We start there, and let's peel back the layers on that rotten onion, because it gets even more rotten at its core. When we say you weren't paying enough attention and that's why this happened, we kind of couple that with this idea that you weren't paying enough attention because you weren't caring enough. You don't care enough about your own safety or well-being, and that employee that was beside of you that allowed this to happen didn't care enough about your well-being or safety either. That's why this happened. We're saying that if you cared more, you wouldn't get hurt. We're saying that that person that died at work, they would have paid more attention, i.e., if they would have cared more, they wouldn't have died. It's their responsibility that this happened. It's their responsibility that they're dead in a confined space, that they're dead run over by a piece of machinery, that they're dead entangled in a piece of our equipment. It's their fault. And when you peel back those layers, what you ultimately arrive at when you're arguing in that direction is this: bad things happen to bad people. If they would have cared more, nothing bad would have happened. If they were a better employee would have cared more. Reduce that down. Bad things happen to bad people. And that's a shitty place to start. That's a shitty way to view our employees. Because if they're bad people, why the hell are you hiring them to begin with? If you can't trust them, why in the hell are you hiring them to begin with? If they don't care, if they truly don't care, why the hell are you hiring them to begin with? The point being, they do care, and they care a lot. And you telling them to care more or trying to beat them into this notion of caring more only makes them care a hell of a lot less. It only causes more damage. When you meet hurt with hurt, nothing good happens. How's the old saying go? An eye for an eye leaves everyone blind. In this case, an eye for an eye leaves our organizations blind to the shit that's happening. So when you focus on accountability, don't look at it as something that you do to people. Accountability is not something that you can do to people. It's not something that a leader can inflict upon an employee to course correct them for their sins or to pull their pound of flesh from them for their wrongdoings. Accountability is an environment that you create. So what do you think about it? I wanted to sprinkle in just some quick thoughts there, and that's kind of what I do on these vlogs. I'm not going like super duper deep. A lot of this is trying to open up a conversation. Just get the gears turning a little bit. I think that's where a lot of us need to be. We have to move past this idea of you having all the answers, me having all the answers, the other person over there having all the answers, because none of us do. None of us do. It's all of us together. Our gears turning and churning. Maybe sometimes burning. I don't know. Maybe that fits in there. Maybe sometimes burning. But our gears turning and all of us kind of thinking and figuring stuff out and coming together and talking about it. We have to start those conversations. Starting the conversation is half the battle. Often we don't start them because we feel like we have to have all the answers before we even start speaking. And that's just absolutely ridiculous. What's the point in communicating? What's the point in communicating if I have to have all the answers before I start speaking with you? What's the point in communicating if you have to have all the answers before you start replying to me? That just creates silence. Today's a little short. Got a lot going on. Gave you a little glimpse kind of in the B-roll. The B-roll, that slick B-roll. I've got to get a gimbal. I've got to get a gimbal because my camera gets a little earthquakey. That's the next step. Maybe soon. We'll see. They're expensive. Maybe soon. But I've got to jump back in the book. It's like done. It's like done. Like I'm just like doing basic stuff. But it's like it's done. So I'm going to do that. I've got some podcasting stuff that I got to finish up. All kinds of cool stuff happening there. Again, if you know of anybody that you think we should have on, let me know. But that's all I've got. Sam Goodman, the Hop Nerd. Safety Sucks the Vlog. Make sure that you're liking, sharing, subscribing, passing this stuff around, interacting, all that kind of sort of stuff. Make sure you're on the lookout for Safety Sucks the Manifesto. I'm pointing over here because it's on my big TV screen. I'm like, ooh, Safety Sucks the Manifesto. Oh my God. Bye, everybody. Bye.